Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kamen Rider 01, episode 12. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
My dudes, welcome back. Whoa! Where are we going? Yeah, so we got done watching this episode last week, because we took a whole break. So if we forget something, oops! And also... you had a whole week to put in your comments, so that's a thing that can happen. We'll be responding to them at the end of this episode. But as for our thoughts, I thought it was fun. They managed to find another dude that looks slightly like Jackie Chan to play an old Humagear, and I found that infinitely amusing. And I could not unsee it the whole time.
Are you talking about like the older brother dude?
Yeah, the detective. Yeah.
He didn't look that old to me, so I just kind of like, this
Jackie
this
Chan,
might
huh?
be a little like fun. Like when he first kind of came in, I thought he would be like one of those like fodder humor gear, but I guess he's like somewhat important, not like too much. Like they can easily just like wash away whatever he was saying in a later episode, but it was kind of fun, you know.
And I know spoilers are probably out for the next episode. Luckily, I've been able to dodge everything. But part of me thinks that he's gonna be a dead dude, just because he's too nice and we care too much about him, or at least I do, for me to be comfortable saying, "Oh yeah, he's gonna stick around." And on top of that, at the end of the episode, when we got the debut of Shining Hopper. He said, "Hey, no, use the Mammoth Progress key." Yeah. And he'd been right the whole episode, even when it just looked like he was goofing around. They managed to show us that he actually knows what he's doing, and he's and showing that Izu was kind of jealous. So, in an effort to prove herself, she sort of sent the Progress key his way, and told him to use it. But I have a feeling there are going to be some repercussions just because of it.
Yeah, I love the way she kind of like drifts into the scene every time she has a new power up.
Yeah, for real.
Like if DJ Sagra drifted into Guy whenever he got a new power up, it would have been like a next level type
I mean,
thing.
he would have rolled out a rug and...
That would have been some sick burn, but yeah, like I actually didn't think about it like that way. I just felt like for that one, 01's kind of thinking, you know what, life is before logic, and he's kind of went with easy suggestion. I mean, like, to be honest though, she presented a shiny new power up, and the other dude just had like the old like mammoth one, just like. Come on, like which one are you gonna pick?
We know what the show's gonna choose, but like his intuition has not been wrong this whole time, and I feel like it's gonna lead him astray. That's really my main takeaway from that.
Yeah.
Also, we got the stuff with the assassin who is on a rampage. Oh, we got a lot of world building actually. So like, there's this sort of underground thing where they steal Humagear, reskin them, and resell them on the black market. And I thought that was pretty neat. Another thing we got was, again, we got the reintroduction of the older Humagear and how those guys are still holding up. And, we see these sort of changes that have been made to, I guess, the personalities of the Humagear. I'm lagging, aren't I?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, yeah, Michael, you were smiling too much for me to be comfortable with the amount of lag I have.
Oh, I'm just skimming through the episode and laughing at one of the jokes.
Fantastic. I'm glad you chose now to do that. On top of that, yeah, just some fantastic, fun world building. And I don't know, the dynamic with the detective Humagear was just a lot of fun. And he doesn't seem like a person that's gonna stick around, even though I kind of want him to. And he might bring some stuff with our main character's dad or grandpa.
Not sure I'm like completely subscribed to the idea that he's somehow her brother, the assistant, because I mean, like prototype version of assistant is one thing, but it's like
It's more like they serve like a very similar function within the company that I feel like he's kind of like her predecessor in some ways, and just like the way he was kind of built and modeled. It's just like the way he kind of introduced himself was very cringe. So like that might have been a little bit off-putting.
It
found
definitely was, but you know, as the episode went on, I was fully into it.
Yeah, like the second he like kind of like explained himself and just like he stopped like once his like character was like actually just like functioning in the episode, it just made sense. So I was just like,
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, with a detective, I'm glad that there was sort of a sort of not really mysterious air, but just some sort of questions around him that were immediately answered, and he was able to like, I don't know, it lent credence to his title as the best or one of the best detectives or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's a fun time.
Yeah.
I hope he sticks around longer, but you know, 01, they don't do that here.
Yo, you know what's something that's real neat? With the way they like introduced the whole black market thing with the multiple faces and whatnot. If any character just stops acting normal, if they just decide to like take their character in a totally different route that makes no sense, they can just blame it on a bootleg version of the character that just got swapped out in the middle of a fight, and we're good.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen, but you know.
Let's talk about that new form. We didn't get to see much of it, but it is beautiful. And that's really all I have to say.
I mean, we got two new forms. We got the Dodo new form after he left the nest and decided to go rogue, and then we've also got the new rider form or base rider form. And honestly, this is probably the best suit I've seen this entire series right now. I like it that much.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
I just kind of hope like the other suits kind of follow suit, because like usually if like the first power up is like good, then the rest kind of like fall off. But you know,
I don't know. Yeah,
like,
we're like halfway through. I don't know what kind of stacking they're gonna be able to do, but we'll see.
Yeah, but like 01 has like a very good like base form to kind of like build off of. So yeah, looking forward to that.
So, did you guys have any more thoughts before we dive into the comments?
Let's dive in.
All right, let's do it. I really wish you guys had stuff to say because I still need to go through and open it. So our one and only comment was from Double the Unknown. Actually, we got another comment on our Heisei Generations Forever. Mla Sampa, which meant something about trash. So that's good. It was our watch along for the thing.
Oh, great.
Yeah, good. I just wanted to let you guys know.
I'm glad.
Yeah, but Double the Unknown, as usual, 5 days ago. Man, we are behind. Corey was living up to his name because he was frozen for most of this episode. You darn right. If this episode felt different in any way, it was because it was written by Riku Sanjo, the writer of Double, Drive, and Kyoryuger, which makes him the third writer credited on the show. This episode ties in a lot of the small details we saw in the basketball episode and had a really interesting style of framing scenes to make it feel more like a mystery case. Theory, I'm starting to suspect more that Zaya is behind everything because Hirobi gets his orders from the Ark, which is something Guy knows about, and I guess that's the dude's name, the dude with an empty room, knows about, very likely could be controlling. This would explain how Guy predicted the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise. The tragedy at the film set, and why Zaya was unconcerned about checking to see if their giant mecha were hacked when Hirobi infiltrated their warehouse. Also, we know that the truck they found this episode was used by Yua to create the copies of Assassin Chan and to set up the leaked video of his eyes being blue. If Zaya was the one copying Assassin Chan, then the most likely way that Hirobi had access to them is because Zaya planned it all out. Plus, last week they mentioned Zaya worked with Hidden on the Human Gear project, so Hirobi would have been made by them too.
That's a little deeper than I expect Toku to get.
I you know what? I picked up on some of what I just read.
I mean, I think I'm following basically. It's just like some of these tie-ins are like a little too subtle for a
I'm
kids
just
show, but
thinking-
I mean they could bring it back up. They could flash back. They could be like, "Hey, remember this part? Oh yeah, this is a seed from the past that, was setting this plot up." And it totally could be because we really don't know much about Zaya, and it would be an interesting plot twist if like the AI that he thinks he's serving is actually just another human business corporation.
I mean, I think that would be neat, but I don't know if he said that in there, but my whole
that's
thing
what he
is
was
that
talking
I think,
about.
huh?
I thought that was what he was talking about. Isn't
Oh
Zaya
yeah,
the other
I'm sure.
business?
But I was thinking that how they did he talk about how they abducted Assassin Chan the one time? This strategy. Also, we know that the truck they found this episode was used by Yua to create the copies of. I just remember that one time where they ran in and abducted Assassin Chan, and maybe they're just connected to the same Wi-Fi network now.
Oh,
So
right.
they
They
can
did
see-
just kind of like pick him up and
abduct it. So I don't know. I just think that they sort of have insight to what they're doing. I don't think Zaya has any pull with the arc unless they were somehow able to take it over. I just think that they have an inside ear.
it does feel like the arc or the AI is supposed to be the big bad at the end. Like it sounds like a Toku big bad for the end of the series. So having that be subverted to just be the company owner, I'm not sure if that would be the coolest way for the series to end, like plot wise, but
I don't know. Anything could happen between
yeah,
now.
I wouldn't see it
I don't want to
coming if
discount the idea of that being a nice twist because I don't know. I liked some twists. Alex, you look confused. Are you okay?
No.
Good
No,
night.
I'm totally
guys,
following
thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week because we are one subscriber away. At the time of this recording, we are one subscriber away for opening our eyes to the next fives. We're almost at 555 subscribers. So please, someone, get a friend, something, get us there. I just want to take a screenshot of it. You don't even have to stay subscribed the whole time. I just want to see subscribers and then 555. Do whatever the hell you want after that. I just want to make sure I get my screenshot. And also, hey, it turns out 74% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed. So if you're not, and you really enjoy our reviews or our content, go ahead and subscribe. It's a good time. We're gonna do actual stuff soon because we had the holidays come up and things. But now we're back, and I don't have work for a few weeks, so we're gonna be good. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
later.
Just gonna go with the ones for now.
That comment was so big that I kind of lost track of it halfway between, and then you guys were referring to the part that I lost track of. And I'm just kind of like, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I